If you're still using SUMIF to get totals in Excel, stop what you're doing and watch this video. Microsoft just released the group by function that makes SUMIF look like amateur hour. Let's take a look. For example, here we have a ton of sales data and need to quickly summarize each representative's total sales. Now we could create a data table, add the headers, enter all of the representatives in the first column, and then use SUMIF to sum each representative's sales. But believe it or not, we can actually do all of this at once using just one formula, thanks to Excel's new group by function. The group by function is a dynamic array function that summarizes data by grouping rows and then applying an aggregation function to the data. To use group by, enter the function, and the first step is to tell the function how we want to group our data by selecting that column as the row field's argument. In this case, we're summarizing by representative, so I'm going to go ahead and select the representative column. Next, we need to tell the function which values we're summarizing as the values argument. We want to sum the sales values, so I'm going to select the sales column as the values argument. Last but not least, we need to tell the function how we're aggregating our data. As you can see, there are a ton of great aggregation functions to choose from, but I'm going to select sum to sum our data and then just enter the function. And look at that, we've officially summarized total sales by representative with one formula. Group by also sorted our representatives in alphabetical order and even added a total row at the bottom for us. But it gets even better. Group by also has a ton of really great optional arguments built into the function that you can use to customize the results. So for example, the field headers argument lets the function know if the data you selected has headers and whether or not to show them. In this case, our data does have headers and the function is omitting them, but if we wanted to add headers to our summary table, all we would have to do is set this argument equal to 3, and now we have data headers. The total depth argument allows you to customize whether you want to show or hide totals and where you want them to appear. So if I decided I no longer want the total row at the bottom of my summary table, all I would have to do is set this argument equal to 0 and they're gone. The sort order argument determines how to sort the row field. So if I set this equal to -1, it flips our sales representatives and now they're listed in reverse alphabetical order. Second to last is the filter array argument, which allows you to exclude data from your summary table. For example, let's say I want to drill down into this data and see total sales for the month of January. All I would have to do is select the month column and set that equal to January in double quotes, and that's it. Now we have each representative's total sales for just the month of January. Last but not least, the field relationship argument specifies the relationship between fields if you select multiple columns in the row fields argument. The opportunities are truly endless with the group by function, and the best part is that the results are completely dynamic, so if any of the values in our data change, the values in our summary table automatically update. I think it's time to officially retire the SUMIF function. Group by is dynamic, automatic, and handles complex grouping that would require dozens of SUMIF formulas. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more Excel tips and tricks.